this is? Is sharing a video on BitTorrent like shoplifting from a movie?
This is your last
Or is
chance.
it like loaning a videotape?
After this, there is no turning back.
Is reloading a webpage
You
over
take the
and
blue
over again
pill.
like a peaceful
The
virtual
story ends.
or a violent
You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Greetings, citizens of the world. Before we start with the next parasites who flew on the Lolita Express to Epstein Island, we need to understand the Biden administration set up a hotline so that unaccompanied minors could call if they had trouble with the strangers they were being placed with. 65,000 calls to this hotline went unanswered. 65,000 calls for help from children.
So you're telling this committee that the Biden administration, while they were letting all of these unaccompanied minors into the country, and as we've talked about today, they weren't keeping track of them, they issued these kids a hotline that they could call if they had trouble with the sponsor family that they were put with? And you're saying that 65,000 calls to this hotline designated to protect these kids went unanswered? Is that what you're telling this committee?
Yes, sir.
Lady Gaga, also known as Stefani Joanne Angelina Germanata, born March 28, 1986, is an American singer, songwriter, and actress. She also has ties to spirit cooking. Listen to what Marina Abramovich said about Lady Gaga. Were you aware Abramovich is now Ukraine's ambassador for children? Make that make sense.
And finally, when I met her, and she came really very humble to my house and asked me if I can teach her, I started really changing my opinion about her entirely. I found somebody who really is serious, who really wants to learn and find out about himself, how much he can push her mental and physical limits. We made this workshop in the woods, and she was such a good student. She never cheated. She really went much farther than I asked her for. And really, I learned that I started having a huge respect for her.
Lawrence Henry Summers, born November 30, 1954, is an American economist who served as United States Secretary of the Treasury from 1999 to 2001, and as the Director of the National Economic Council from 2009 to 2010. Summers, the President Emeritus of Harvard University, met with Jeffrey Epstein more than a dozen times following his 2008 conviction, and solicited Epstein for funds to support his wife's budding non-profit, new documents revealed. Epstein donated millions of dollars to Harvard during Summers' stint as the Ivy League University's president from 2001 to 2006, which came after Summers served as U.S. Treasury Secretary for Bill Clinton, and before his tenure as Chief Economic Advisor to President Barack Obama. Larry Visoski, Jeffrey Epstein's former pilot, testified in Ghislaine Maxwell's sex trafficking trial that a who's who of powerful men, including former Presidents Bill Clinton and Donald Trump, flew aboard Epstein's Lolita Express. Larry Visoski said Epstein would typically be given notice if Clinton or high-profile passengers like him would be flying. He recalled renowned violinist Itzhak Perlman flew to Michigan with Epstein for the Interlochen Center for the Arts summer camp. He said he remembered Prince Andrew, Maine Senator George Mitchell, Ohio Senator John Glenn, and actor Kevin Spacey on flights. Casey Wasserman, the 50-year-old CEO of Wasserman Media Group, and his wife Laura Z. Wasserman are on the list. He apparently has a chronic condition of sleeping with people who work for him, according to a bombshell report. Wasserman, a prominent Democratic Party donor, who was once photographed with convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Lawrence Maxwell Krauss, born May 27, 1954, is an American-Canadian physicist, professor of physics, founder of the School of Earth and Space Exploration, and director of the Origins Project at Arizona State University. After investigating allegations of sexual misconduct by Krauss, ASU determined that he had violated university policy. From left to right, Jeffrey Epstein, Lawrence Krauss, and Steven Pinker. Mr. Pinker is up in a later video and his connections to Epstein. Linda Pinto, Alberto Pinto's sister, who is also on the passenger manifest. Linda Pinto is the head of Alberto Pinto's design studio, which creates opulent interiors for presidents, princes, and billionaires. Lisa Summers is the wife of Lawrence Summers, who we had second in this video. The elite parasite Lynn Forrester de Rothschild, Lady de Rothschild, American English businesswoman, who runs L. Rothschild, a holding company she shares with her third husband, Sir Evelyn Robert de Rothschild. There have been articles in the mainstream media about Epstein and his connections to politicians and billionaire families, Wexners, Dubins, Bronfmans, Leon Black and others. But there is one person who may have been the closest to them all, but her Epstein connections are rarely mentioned in the mainstream media, Lynn de Rothschild, the wife of Evelyn de Rothschild, who was mentioned in the Epstein's Black Book. The reason why she is not mentioned in the media is probably the fact that Rothschilds are more influential and more powerful than the other billionaires mentioned. The family has been one of the richest, if not the richest family in the world since 19th century. Her and Ghislaine Maxwell are very close friends. Hillary Clinton should have never listened to David Brock. This next rickroll goes out to the other Annans who took on David Brock in 2016. Cheers, homies. Hillary Clinton, we never gave up on you. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.